Today's lesson is about Week 2, Quarter 1 of Grade 5 Math, which involves divisibility rules for 4, 8, 11, and 12 to find the common factors of numbers. The lesson is based from MELC Quarter 1, Week 2 of Math 5. It uses divisibility rules for 4, 8, 11, and 12 to find the common factors of numbers. So let's begin. Let's have first a recap of what we have studied last time. It's all about the divisibility rules for 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, and 10. A number is divisible by 2 if the given digits in one's place is an even number. Is it divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits can be divided by 3 without remainder, then it is divisible by 3. By 5 if the digit ends with 5 and 0. 6 if the number is both divisible by 2 and 3. 9 if the sum of the digits can be divided by 9 without remainder, then it is divisible by 9. 10 if the digit ends with 0. Okay, so let's go with divisibility by 4. A number is divisible by 4 if the last two digits can be divided by 4 without remainder. If the number is ending in two zeros, then it is always divisible by 4. Let's have an example. 5,312 is divisible by 4 since the last two digits is divisible by 4, which is 12. Another example, 1,300 is divisible by 4 since it ends in two zeros. Okay, so let's practice now the divisibility by 4. So I have here 5 given numbers, which is 1,000. Number 2 is 4,564. Another is 7,800. 1,224. And last given number is 9,016. Let's see if these are divisible by 4. Now, let's see if the given is divisible by 4. 1,000 is divisible by 4 since the last two digit ends with 20, and that will give you 250. Number 2, 4,564 is also divisible by 4 since the last two digit is 64, and that will give you 1,141. Number 3, 7,800 is also divisible by 4 since it ends with two zeros, and that gives you 1,950. Another, 1,224, the last two digits is 24, and it will give you 306. And the last given is 9,016. The last two digit is 16, and 16 can be divided by 4. And 9,016, when you divide it by 4, it will give you 2,254. Now, for divisibility by 7, a number is divisible by 7 if after doubling the last digit and subtracting the result from the other digits, their difference is divisible by 7. Let's have 91. It says that all we have to do is double the last digit, which is 1, and that will give you 2. Then, subtract 2 from 9, and 9 is the remaining digit. So, 9 minus 2 is 7. 7 is divisible by 7. When you divide 7 it will give you 1. Let's practice divisible by 7. Number 1 is 308. Number 2 is 231. Let's practice divisible by 7. Number 1, the given is 308. The last digit in the given is 8. All we have to do is double the last digit, which is 8, by 2. So 8 times 2 is 16. Next step is we're going to subtract to the remaining digits, which is 30. So 30 minus 16 will give you 14. Is 14 divisible by 7? Yes, we can divide 14 by 7 and that will give you 2. Okay, now let's go to the second example, which is 231. The last digit here is 1. All we have to do is double again. So 1 times 2 is 2. Then we're going to subtract it to the remaining digits, which is 23. 23 minus 2 will give you 21. Now, is 21 divisible by 7? Yes, it is divisible by 7 and that will give you 3. Divisibility by 8. A number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. Furthermore, a number ending in 3 zeros is always divisible by 8. Example, 7,864. 864 is the last digit in the given. Is 864 can be divided by 8? Yes, and that will give you 108. Hence, 7,864 is divisible by 8. Another is 94,000. Is 94,000 divisible by 8? Yes, because it ends with 3 zeros. And it is divisible by 8. Okay, now let's practice divisibility by 8. Number 1, 560,000. Number 2, 452,008. Number 3, 34,024. Number 4, 102,000. Number 5, 10,872. Let's proceed to divisibility by 8. Number 1, 560,000 ends with 3 zeros. Therefore, it is divisible by 8. Number 2, 452,008. The last 3 digits are 0, 0, and 8. Therefore, it is divisible by 8. Number 3, the given is 34,024. The last 3 digits are 0, 2, 4. And it is divisible by 8. Number 4, 102,000. 102,000 ends with 3 zeros. Therefore, it is divisible by 8. Number 5, 10,872. The last 3 digits are 8, 7, and 2. And that will give you 1,359. Let's have divisibility by 11. A number is divisible by 11 if the last digit is subtracted from the rest is divisible by 11. Example, 275. The remaining digits are 27. And the last digit is 5. So 27 minus 5 is 22. 22 is divisible by 11. Hence, 275 is divisible by 11. Another set of examples. 7,502, 1,012, 4,961, 1,331, 979, 75,152. 1,331 is divisible by 11 and that will give you 121. 979 is also divisible by 11 and that will give you 89. 1,012 is divisible by 11 and that will give you 92. 4,961 is divisible by 11 and that will give you 451. Alright, so let's have divisibility by 11. The first given is 7,502. So all we have to do is take a look at the odds place digit, which is 7 and 0. So, all you have to do is get the sum of that, which is 7 plus 0 is 7. Then, the digits at the evens place, which is 5 plus 2, will give you also 7. Then, after that, subtract the result from the odds place to the evens place. So, 7 minus 7 will give you 0. If the result is 0, it means that the given is divisible by 11. Another example is 1,331. The digits in the odds place are 1 and 3. The sum for that is 4. Then, the digits in the evens place are 3 and 1. And that will also give you 4. Then, subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. Let's have another example. 979. The digits in the odds place are 9 and 9. Okay? So, let's get the sum of that. That will give you 18. Then, the digit on the evens place is 7. So, 18 minus 7 will give you 11. If the result is 11, the given is also divisible by 11. Okay, another example. 75,152. The digits on the odds place are 7, 1, and 2. So, if we're going to get the sum of that, it will give you 10. Then, the digits on the evens place are 5 and 5. The result is 10. And then, subtract. 10 minus 10 will give you 0. It means that 75,152 is divisible by 11. Another example, 1,012. The digits on the odds place are 1 and 1. If we're going to get the sum of that, that will give you 2. And then the digits on the odds place are 0 and 2. The sum of that is 2. And then we get the difference. 2 minus 2 is 0. It means that 1,012 is divisible by 11. Okay, let's have another example. 4,961. 4 and 6 are in the odds place. That will give you 10. Then 9 and 1 is on the evens place. And that will also give you 10. Then get the difference of the result. 10 minus 10 is 0. Okay, now, let's have divisibility by 12. A number is divisible by 12 if it is both divisible by 3 and 4. Example, 1,716 is divisible by 3 since the sum of its digits are 1, 7, 1, and 6. If we're going to get the sum of that, it will give you 15. And 15 is divisible by 3. So, it means that 1,716 is divisible by 3. How about by 4? Ayan. So, 1,716 is divisible by 4 since the last two digits, which is 16, which is 16, is divisible by 4. So, 1,716 is divisible by 12 since they are both divisible by 4 and by 3. Okay, now let's try divisibility by 12. Number 1, 240. Number 2, 3,144. Number 3, 1,464. Okay, let's try number 1 if it is divisible by 12. 240. If we're going to get the sum of the digits in 240, which is 2 plus 4 plus 0, it will give you 6. Can we divide 6 by 3? Yes. The answer is 2. So, it means it is divisible by 3. Now, let's check if it is divisible by 4. Get the last two digits, which is 40. 40 divided by 4 will also give you an exact answer, which is 10. So, it means that the given is divisible by 4. Therefore, if 240 is both divisible by 3 and 4, it is divisible by 12. Okay, now let's try the second given, which is 3,144. Let's get first the sum of the digits. 3 plus 1 plus 4 plus 4 will give you 12. And 12 can be divided by 3. The result is 4. So it means it is divisible by 3. Now, let's test if the given is divisible by 4 by looking at the last two digits, which is 44. So 44 can also be divided by 4. And that will give you 10. So therefore, it is both divisible by 3 and 4. So, 3,144 is divisible by 12. Okay, let's proceed now to number 3. The given is 1,464. Let's get the sum of 1, 4, 6, and 4. That will give you 15. Can we divide 15 by 3? Yes, the answer is 5. So, it is divisible by 3. How about by 4? 1,464, we get the last two digits, which is 64. And 64 can be divided by 4, and the result is 16. So, therefore, both divisible by 3 and 4. So, 1,464 is divisible by 12. Alright, let's proceed to our exercises by preparing your ball pens and paper. Let's begin. Okay, now let's try the given numbers if it is divisible by 4, 7, 8, 11, and 12 by placing a check mark. Okay, let's try number 1, 144. Okay, so the last two digits is 44 and it can be divided by 4. So, it is divisible by 4. 7, doubling the last digit which is 4. So, 4 times 2 is 8. 14 minus 8 will give you 6. And 6 is not divisible by 7. The last three digits, which is 144, is divisible by 8. So, it has a check mark. Then, the alternate places in divisibility by 11, we're going to add the odds place, which is 1 and 4. That will give you 5. And 5 minus 4 will give you 1. So, is 1 divisible by 11? Syempre, no. Okay, how about 12? Since it is already checked there in the divisibility by 4, all we have to do is test if the given number is divisible by 3 by getting the sum. So, 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. Can we divide 9 by 3? Yes, the answer is 3. So, if it is divisible by 3 and 4, therefore, it is divisible by 12. Okay, let's have number 2. 238. 38, the last two digit is not divisible by 4. Okay, let's proceed to 7. It is divisible by 7. Why? If we're going to double the last digit, which is 8, 8 times 2 will become 16. Then, subtract it to the remaining digits, which is 2 and 3. So, 23 minus 16 will give you 7. And 7 is divisible by 7. The last three digits, which is 238, is not divisible by 8. Same as 11 and 12. Okay, let's proceed to number 3, 588. By looking at the last two digits, which are 88, yan, it is divisible by 4. Then, how about 7? The last digit is 8. By doubling it, it will become 16. And subtract it to the remaining digit, which is 58 minus 16 will give you 42. 42 divided by 7 is 6. So, it means that it is divisible by 7. How about 8? 588 divided by 8 is not an exact number. So, it means that it is not divisible by 8. How about 11? By adding the odd places to the even places, then subtract the result. Let's see. 5 plus 8 will give you 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. Oh, can we divide 5 by 11? Of course not. So, it is not divisible by 11. Now, let's check if it is divisible by 12. Since it is already have a check mark in divisibility by 4, all we have to do is test if the given is divisible by 3 or divisibility by 3 by getting the sum. So 5 plus 8 will give you 21. 21 divided by 3 is 7. So it means that it is divisible by 3 and 4, therefore it is divisible by 12. Okay, number 4. 648. The last two digit is 48, and 48 can be divided by 4. So therefore, it is divisible by 4. By 7, let's try. Doubling, 8 times 2 will give you 16. 64 minus 16 will give you 48. And 48 is not divisible by 7. Okay, let's proceed to 8. 648, if we're going to divide that by 8, it is divisible, and the result is 81. How about by 11? By getting the alternate places again. So 6 plus 4 will give you, 6 plus 8 will give you 14. Minus 4, it will give you 10. And 10 is not divisible by 11. Okay, let's proceed to 12. It is already divisible by 4. So let's get the sum of the digits. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So it means that it is divisible by 3. Therefore, it is divisible by 3 and 4. So 648 is also divisible by 12. Okay, for the last digit, 524. By looking at the last two digit, which is 24, 24 is divisible by 4. How about 7? By doubling the last digit, 4 times 2 is 8, and subtract it to the remaining, which is 52, minus 8 is 44. And 44 cannot be divided to 7. How about 8? 524. 524 cannot be divided also to 8 because it will not give you an exact result. How about by 11? By adding the odds and the evens place and then subtract. Okay? If the result is 0 or a multiple of 11, so it means it is divisible by 11. Let's try. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 minus 2 is 7. Can we divide 7 by 11? No. So it is not divisible by 11. How about 12? Since it is already divisible by 4, not all numbers divisible by 4 is also divisible by 3. Okay, remember that. So let's try. Get the sum of it. So 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. So we cannot divide 11 by 12. Okay, so it is not divisible by 12. I hope you learned something today. Okay, now let's begin for your assignment. Your assignment will be write yes if the first number is divisible by the second number and no if it is not. Okay, kindly get your notebook so we can copy your given assignment. Thank you for watching my video lessons in Math Week 2. I hope you learned something today. So don't forget to click the like button and share button and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga posting ko. Goodbye!